Good afternoon, everyone. Thanks for coming to join us at the education stage today. I'm Ann Carpenter. I'm the sales manager and e-training specialist strategist at Global E-Training. I'm really excited to be speaking with you all today and facilitating a really amazing group of individuals who have been teaching. I would say together they have over 200 years of experience together, so I think there's going to be a lot for us to learn about today. But before we dig right in, I do get a chance to tell you a little bit about Global E-Training. I've been working with Global E-Training. I think I started there about 9 years ago. And we're really excited about the software platform that we offer, the technology that we provide in order for BIM teams around the world to be able to deliver on these BIM projects. So when we talk about what it looks like to have effective BIM workflow training, we start to think about all the challenges associated with capturing the knowledge that people have around in their heads and how do we get it to everyone. We often talk a little bit about why. Sometimes we need to identify why this matters. So we have a list of things that are important, and we always want to start with, well, money. It can be very, very useful to have everyone singing from the same songbook when we've got the workflows in place. We get more efficient and more profitable projects. We are able to create consistency throughout the project, throughout the whole life cycle. Obviously, when people are all doing things the same way and doing it right the first time, we're going to be more efficient. We're going to be able to shorten project timelines. Ultimately, there's going to be higher quality work when people aren't guessing so much. And one of the biggest things that we're seeing in the industry is a desire to treat our people better, make sure that they feel supported, make sure that they want to stay at a company. And people that are supported and are getting training, they tend to stay longer. So at Global E-Training, we have a lot of out-of-the-box content, but our knowledge management platform also gives you an ability to customize what you need for your organization. So we're going to talk a bit about the generator. The generator is one of our tools. It's one of the most powerful tools that we have. It's a course creation tool. It's going to enable you to do so many amazing things. But the most magical part about it is that you no longer have to be an instructional design expert. You don't need to spend a lot of time thinking about how you're going to make it look, how are you going to communicate it. We make it really, really easy for you to take existing materials, create new materials, and push it out through the learning management system. So first of all, you get to leverage expert content. So Global E-Training has a pre-existing library of over 450 courses, all associated with the BIM environment. Revit is obviously our most popular course, but we have advanced Revit training as well. We have over 100 Autodesk courses. There's just so much. When you subscribe to Global E-Training, you're gaining access to what we call the Get Everything library. So you can see some of the topics, some of the libraries that we have on the screen here. We have a really strong partnership with Revisto as an example. You come to Global E-Training if you would like to get your Revisto certification. We have add-on training that you can do to get your OSHA certification. We also have a training partner that specializes in UK safety training as well. Kobe, SolidWorks, Bluebeam, ISO 19650. And we also have customers that are really just starting out and they need to know what even is BIM and why should I care. And we have those courses as well. So you're going to start with that. We know that that is not going to get you all the way to the finish line because every company has its own unique way of doing things, and we need to be able to capture that too. So we say, look, we're going to get you 80% of the way, then you can use the generator, you can pull from our content, and then you can add your own. So the generator does so many cool things. We make it so easy for you to be able to deliver content. You can upload and manage existing Adobe Captivate content. You can leverage existing PowerPoints. We have a language translation tool that's really easy to use. And one thing that's really, really amazing about the generator is you build the content one time, and it can be pushed out to any learning management system that's what's called SCORM compliant, but pretty much all LMSs are. And so if you already have a learning management system at your organization, you can still access global e-training content, you can still access the generator, and you start to create this community of learning, this culture of learning within your organization. There's a really cool screen capture technology so that you can actually record your screen while you're doing the thing that you want to teach, and it's going to record your audio, convert it to closed captioning, which you can tidy up, and immediately now you have an ebook to go along with your video. So something that is unique about global e-training is that we use a methodology that is more powerful. If you think about the best classroom scenario you've ever been in, it's not someone just standing at the front droning on. You have a chance to try it for yourself. You get to see it, you get to hear it. Maybe you get to touch it if you're a really kinesthetic learner. And we've been able to replicate that and give people the ability to train in that way and build those sort of training assets out in the generator. A few other things that the generator does, it allows the learner to dictate their own experience. So all of us have blended learning styles. So if I don't like to watch videos, I prefer to read, or I prefer to have it hear it, I can choose that. If I like to look at images, I can choose that. There's different layouts that I can see as an end user. There's different color schemes. And what I think is so cool about it is, as a subject matter expert, you don't have to make those decisions. You just push the information out one time, and the end user gets to make the decisions about how they consume it. Once you build content, particularly if it's associated with AutoCAD, Civil 3D, Revit, Inventor, Navisworks, Plant 3D, any custom content that you build can actually be added to our plugin. So the plugin, what you're seeing on the screen right now, it goes from lightning mode to search mode, but when you hover on a tool in Revit and you're on lightning mode, the associated training pops up. So we call this a productivity tool. You don't have to leave your project. You don't have to go bother your BIM manager or interrupt your neighbor. You can just click on the tool, and it's going to give you the opportunity to really quickly learn in the way that you like to learn how to use the tool. So we have those pre-populated, and then when you add content through the generator, you also get an opportunity to push that out through the plugin as well. So a lot of companies are spending time creating content or capturing PowerPoints that they've created, and then they do something like push it out to SharePoint and just hope that people are looking at it. One of the things that it comes to when you are trying to create a culture of learning is you need the data. So when we talk about tracking and reporting, the generator enables us, and Global e-Training's learning management system enables us to capture so much data and then deliver it to you in a very simple, easy to use way. We have different levels of authority in the system, so any manager can have access to data and analytics for their team, or if you're higher up in the organization and you want to see company-wide data, you can have that authority as well. So this is just a quick screenshot of what a sample slide looks like in the Global e-Training environment. I always think that's a little bit helpful to get an idea of what I'm talking about around the learning methodologies. So you'll see there's an image, there's text, and then to the side, there's the button you click to play the video. We have let me try exercises, so that's really powerful for software training. We have the view images, learn more, quick tips. There's so many great ways that you can drill into the information to learn it. And anything that you click on, it's going to track in the LMS that you've looked at it. After that, we have micro exams, like little let me try exercises. Then after you finish this, you're going to have a quiz. The quizzes give you an opportunity to prove to yourself that you've learned the topic at hand. So all of our units, they're only about 20 minutes long. So it's very simple to come in, have a coffee, learn something, get back to work. So it's not this onerous thing where you're trying to get through 4 hours of content at any given time. So that's, in a nutshell, some of the high-level things that Global e-Training can do for you. I wanted to take a moment to talk about one of our partners, a case study of how they're using global e-training in real time. So we've been working with Asia Digital Labs. They are based out of Singapore. Obayashi is the lead partner on the Asia Digital Lab. It gives them an opportunity to push out what they know to all of their folks in their organization. So we've identified what some of the challenges were and how they've been using global e-training to address them. So one of the things that we saw, or they saw, and we see this all the time, is that team members varied in professional experience and software knowledge. Asia Digital Lab didn't have the ability to manually create and provide custom training tailored to each individual's needs, but they wanted to have a way to do that. And so they used our courses, they used our knowledge gap assessment tool, and they used the generator to create self-learning that's tailored to the individual that can address their skills gaps and move everyone up in knowledge. The second challenge that they really saw was they lacked an effective way to capture and distribute each individual's expertise and knowledge. So many people know so many things, but how do we get it into a digestible place, a place where people can absorb it and remember it? So they started using the generator, the tool that I've been speaking with you about, to capture. It's so easy to capture your knowledge, and it's so user-friendly. If you make a mistake, it's no big deal. You can just delete whatever the little thing is you were just working on and start again. It's a very low-risk, high-reward way to capture the information within your organization. Another problem that they saw, or another challenge they saw, was they wanted to be able to advance their digital solutions to be able to add value in their projects. They wanted to be sure that there was cross-functional training within the organization, and finding a way to find time to get everyone together to have that kind of cross-training can be very difficult. So using our out-of-the-box content, the Get Everything library, they were able to put the right kind of training in front of the right person. So in an organization that's massive, you are going to have some people that really know quite a lot about BIM, but there's going to be other people that you bring on board who know nothing. And one of the jokes we always make is that Excel is indeed a BIM tool. And so we have Microsoft training. We have courses on what is BIM and why does it matter to me. And those are going to be really great for one level of individual, but then we've got our advanced workflow training, and then we have the generator that's going to allow you to really get into the secret sauce of your organization. So here is what Asia Digital Lab had to say about the benefits that they saw of working with global e-training. Really, one of the things that they found was that the generator is such an easy way, a great way to share each individual's expertise. They found that our interface and the on-demand availability took away the barriers to introducing new topics to individuals. And the knowledge management platform basically gives people an ability to gain all this information at such an incredibly low financial entry point. So we've got a few things that we like to talk about, again, circling back to why, because I always want to start with why. Why global e-training? Well, it's incredibly cost-effective compared to classroom training. The interactivity of global e-training is incredibly unique. There's no one else in the online learning industry that uses the methodologies that we do. The ability to use, for example, the plug-in to quickly get the topic that you need and keep working. The ability to create content in 1/10 of the time that traditional course creation takes. This kind of time saving significantly generates an ROI for companies. The ability to take our content, mix it up with your content, or build something from scratch in such an easy way. That was a barrier for a lot of folks, is they don't want to just have one way to do things. Maybe that's not the way they do it. So global e-training gives you that freedom to build and change up the way that you teach things. We work with subject matter experts around the world, so Global E-Training never tries to be the be-all, end-all in knowledge. We believe in collaboration, creativity, and we're always looking for partners. Maybe there's someone in this room who knows something really wonderful that you want to share with the world. And so our customers benefit from always having the most up-to-date content. We have continuous updates and releases, so even if our content is living on your LMS, when we update it, you're going to have the updated version as well. It all stays in real time. And as I've mentioned a bunch of times, if you've already got an LMS, that doesn't stop you from working with Global E-Training. Our content is easily added to your existing learning management system. But if you don't have one, you don't need to go buy one because you get to use ours as part of your service. And we've got the reporting set up, we've got customer success, we've got a whole team of people designed to help you take the Global E-Training tools and make that culture of learning that you're looking for. Ultimately, we know one of the biggest challenges in the industry is attracting and onboarding and retaining those staff. And we truly believe that by providing them with this kind of training platform, creating space in their calendars to actually use it, is what really makes the difference in today's environment. Let's see, what else do we have here? Global E-Training also has invested a lot in a way for the end user to feel good about the training that they're doing. We have badges, we have certification, so that people have something to show for the work that they've done. So I can add that to my social media profiles. We can, as an organization, put it on bids that we have Revit certified experts working at our organization. And ultimately, the amount of data that's in the background and the reporting that we've created just makes it so easy for you to be able to identify bright spots, for you to see where or if you're not teaching something well. And you get that kind of feedback in our system that you don't when you just push something out to the universe and hope that it's resonating with people. And the last thing I like to really think about is, you know, the software investment itself into Revit, into Revisto, into all of the tools, into Microsoft, it's significant. And when they're updating their software every year and you're not learning how to use the new stuff, you're missing out on that continual and cost associated. You're missing out on the benefits. So by having that just-in-time training based on what's new, what's latest, what's greatest, you're going to really start to see that it's like an insurance company policy for your training. Global E-Training is really excited this year. We've launched a Get Rewards loyalty program. So we're really encouraging you to expand your program if you're already with Global E-Training, or when you make purchases with us, you're going to get money tucked away into a little, kind of like a piggy bank that you get to use towards your next subscription. So if you have a chance, please do come meet with me, or you can talk on the app with any of my team that's attending virtually. And we can set up a virtual meeting. We do have special pricing for everyone that has a meeting with us out of this event. We work with groups as small as 5 up to 10,000. So you don't have to be a giant company to take advantage of this, and we will gladly help your organization become a true culture of learning. And part of how I got to be here today is through our sponsors, NVIDIA, Dell, and Intel. They help us with all of our events. We're really proud to work with them. And if you'd like more information, you can come see me. I have all of those links easily accessible, or just snapshot, and we'd be happy to meet with you. And that's everything that I had for today. Thank you, everyone.